I love monkeys and kids. So rightfully so, when Lego announced that there was going to be a new theme called Monkie Kid, I was losing my mind. Many people shared my opinion, and we were all incredibly excited for the new sets to come out. The first wave was honestly one of the best things that Lego has come out with in nearly over a decade. The minifigures were all so innovative, not to mention the fact that we were getting a tie-in TV show which had an anime art style. I mean, I love anime. Pokemon, am I right, guys? But 6 months on, and the theme has died down nearly as much as an anti-vax kid during a global pandemic. So the question must be asked, what the hell happened to Monkie Kid, and why does nobody care about it anymore? Now, many of you may be saying that my observations are from a strictly Western point of view when the theme is predominantly made for a Chinese market, but to that I would ask you, why don't you go outside and get a life, you loser?
Alright, okay, fair point. I think I'm gonna get stabbed.
Now, from my perspective, there seems to be three main reasons why Monkie Kid seems to be declining in popularity, and easily number one is because of the time it was released. In 2020, we've had around 6 new themes revealed, and the main one was of course Lego Mario. I mean, what's not to love? Who needs to sleep anyway? The devil certainly doesn't. If you follow Lego on social media, you'll realise that their priorities with marketing lay heavily with Lego Mario. I mean, you literally couldn't go anywhere without getting a Lego Mario pop-up in your local store or on YouTube. Of course, Lego's alliance with Nintendo meant that they wanted the theme to do really well so that they could do more products based on the IP. And see, this all sounds great, but the issue with it is that some genius decided to release the two themes within 2 months of each other. It was also released within weeks of May the 4th, which meant that adults knew which set they would be buying. Look, I'm sorry, but I think these sets come with the divorce papers ready to be signed as soon as you buy them. Oh, and secondly, not only was Monkie Kid released amongst a bombardment of other themes, but it was also a Lego store exclusive. Why? I mean, Lego shipping is already slow as it is, but with a global pandemic, you'd be lucky to get the set before it started rotting. And I don't know if you've ever spoken to a child before, but they are so goddamn impatient. I mean, a couple of weeks ago, I logged one into a wardrobe and he kept knocking on the door for hours and hours wanting to be let out. I mean, it's not my fault that you weren't subscribed. And I feel like one of the big selling points of Lego is its accessibility. I mean, you can imagine going into a store with your parents when you were younger and just grabbing a minifig pack off the wall. No hassle, no price, just straight into your pocket. The issue that I could see with Monkie Kid is just people not knowing it even exists. Not only was it extremely poorly branded, but you also had to go out of your way to the Lego website to find out that it even existed. Unlike things like Ninjago, which you could go into basically any toy store and find a ton of sets from the theme, the issue wasn't helped by the TV show, which isn't even on TV and much less in English. It ended up taking absolutely ages for the series to be translated, meaning that once Wave 2 came out, we had no idea who any of the characters were. I mean, there was still some vehicles from Wave 1 which we hadn't seen in the TV show. And Wave 2 brings me on to my third point, and probably my most important. After Wave 1's great reception from fans, it was a lot to live up to, right? But people were incredibly excited to see what was next. What is this? What is wrong with you? Wave 2 brought absolutely zero innovation or creativity to the theme, instead opting for generic vehicle builds and the same characters we'd seen in Wave 1. And that's another thing to mention, Monkie Kid sets aren't exactly cheap. This kind of links back to my point on accessibility, but when most of your sets are priced at around £50, it's not exactly within the budget of most children. I mean, there's only so much money a boy can steal from his mum. Trust me, I'm definitely not getting a Tesla. Oh, and don't even get me started on Wave 3. This is £150? I could have gone to college! Now, the theme's only been out for around 6 months at the time of this recording, so it's more than likely that we'll see more sets. And as I mentioned, I have absolutely no idea what the perception of this theme is like in China. So, is Monkie Kid dead? I think in the West, most likely. It's definitely faded hugely from people's minds, and I don't think it helps that they've had a ton of incredibly mediocre sets released recently. As for China, I mean, I have absolutely no idea. Time will tell, I guess. All I hope is that Monkie Kid continues for at least long enough so that we can see what its full potential is, instead of just releasing this same goddamn plane for the 50th time. Do you want to hear something crazy? Statistically speaking, only a small percentage of people that watch my videos are actually subscribed. It only takes 2 seconds, and look, I really hate to ask, but if you enjoyed this video whatsoever, please consider subscribing, and I'll give you, I don't know, insomnia.